All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Sunday afternoon or Sunday night, depending on where you are. We'll get the Monday morning earlies from Australia and Asia coming in soon as well. Welcome everybody. How's everybody doing? Dogecoin's up 4%. Hitting our head on 20 cents. Touched it a couple times today. Have not broken above it. That's where Doge is. Bitcoin is over 114K. It did get over 114. Retracing just a little bit, got up to about 114.7, and ETH was briefly over 3,500, dropped a little bit below right now. But overall, a good day. We'll check in our friends PENGU and Pump and XRP, see what they're doing. Just checking in. But overall, it's a green crypto day. Recovery happening on a Sunday. Some say, well, Sunday night, look for the big pullback. Could be. I don't know. But we'll be here to see. We'll be here to see. So here's where we start. Look. Strong defense from the bulls at a key support level for Bitcoin. And of course, Bitcoin still over 60% of the total crypto market cap. So as Bitcoin goes, so does most of the crypto market. So that was defended, and now we're moving back up. So we do have the dip. Did you buy the dip? We were talking about that yesterday, and I was like, I bought the dip. I got some Doge. I got some more Pump. I got into PENGU. I bought the dip. And I'm up on all those purchases now. How did you do? We'll talk about chasing in just a little bit, but we said the first week of August, beginning of August, we were going to have a dip. And I've been saying that for over a month, even before Doge went all the way up to 28 cents. I had called it the beginning of July as what was going to be happening at the beginning of August, and it happened. It played out, and that was a good dip, a buying opportunity. Now, will there still be a further dip in August? Very well could be. It's going to be choppy. We know that. August and pretty much the first half of September always is, and those do tend to repeat themselves. So we do have that we are looking at. However, we still have the fall. Ash Crypto says, which altcoin will pull this in Q4? And it's just like, huh. And look what's trending. Doge. Doge is trending on X. Doge. Yes, $ Doge. Dogecoin doing its Doge thing, right? So we're going to be here for this fall. I know we're not there yet. Patience to get there. I know. But these opportunities that we have on these pullbacks, that's exactly what they are. We are still in an overall bull cycle. If you don't believe prices are going up, then I don't know what to say, because I'm not in that camp. We did not already top out this cycle. And this is going to happen. Is this a low market coin? It could be Doge. Doge could do something like this with a big market cap. Most likely it's a low market cap one, but that's the type of thing that could be coming. I'm going to play this for you guys on trading. It's just 1 minute long. Listen in to what this guy has to say.
You know, if you're not long, if you're not looking for reasons to be long, why are you even in the market today right now? You know, a lot of people are, you know, oh, I'm shell shocked because, you know, alt six hit whatever. I'm like, well, you know, that's part of, you know, that's part of trading. You got to move through it. You got to, because otherwise you're going to miss these opportunities. And then you end up chasing price when it's already rallied multiple 100%, right? Multiple X's, and you're chasing it. And then you're scared to, you know, get in because you're scared. Oh my God, what if I'm wrong? It's the top here. And then your emotions really start working against you. So, you know, you've got to have a plan in place, guys. Absolutely. I talk about this all the time. Your emotions are never going to go away as a trader. They're always going to be there. And so the only thing that you can do is to make sure you have a plan set up and what to do when those emotions kick in. As long as you do that, you're going to be okay. Lot more likely to make money. You know, if you're not long, if you're not.
So that's it right there. It's like, yes, your emotions will still play. Even if you've been trading a long time, traders still have emotions, right? But you look for the opportunities. And what ends up happening is greed sets in. You either get too greedy on the way up or you get too greedy on the way down. And what I mean by that is too greedy on the way down, meaning you're not going to buy in on the dip because you want it to dip lower. Just because you want it to dip lower doesn't mean it's going to dip lower, right? So I saw a lot of 17 centers, right, the past couple of days. So I'm not buying yet. I'm waiting for 17 cents. And I'm like, I don't know what to say. My advice is, again, not financial advice. Not financial advice is, if you've got $1,000 to put in, maybe you don't put in all 1,000, but maybe you put 500 in and you save the other 500 in case it does go down to 17 cents. But if it doesn't, at least you bought some at $18.99, right? Which is what it hit, $18.99, because now we're at $19.84. It's not 17 cents. And if you got all your limit orders set and they're set way low because you're greedy and you're not being a good trader, I can't help you. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. I get it. Even our friend Khan, right? He said it was going to drop to 18 cents. Well, it hit $18.99. But I saw a post on X today where he says, see, I told you it hit 18. And I was like, really, dude? You're going to play that game? Did he buy 18-cent Dogecoin? Or is he just, see, I told you so kind of guy? Which is kind of what I think he is. But we are a good community here. We welcome everybody that at least thinks and is smart and is just not saying dumb things. So, but I'm not done yet. No. What are we in this for? What are we in this for? A lot of us are in this for more than just making money. I know you're thinking, oh, Kriss is going to go on his rant again about all this stuff that I don't care about. Fine. If you're just in this for investing and you just want to make a amount of money and you don't care about what cryptocurrency is about and how we need to get away from the banks and the government increasingly just printing more money and inflation rate going skyrocketing and all that. There's this data out there that is really showing the change in what's been happening in the United States. And I know some of you play right into this. But in the 1950s, 50% of people who were 30 years old were already married and had a house. already married and had a house at 30 years old, half the country in the 1950s. By the 1980s, that was down to 45%. 1990s, it was down to 43%. In 2000, it was 35%. In 2010, it was 25%. Now, 2025, that number is 12%. Only 12% of you guys at 30 years old are married and have a house. That's it. America has changed. What are you? You're renters, right? Because you can't afford to buy a home. You're not getting married yet. Because you're married, then you have kids, and you got all that financial burden with the kids. Don't want to do that when you're young anymore. 50% in the 1950s, all the way down to 12% now, by 30 years old. The world has changed. And a lot more are not having kids anymore. Mostly because of the financial burden. Some of it because you just want to live your life and do whatever. I get that. I get that. The government would like everybody to just get married, have kids, have a house, be in debt, right? Be in debt to the government for your whole life. That's what the government wants you to do. They do not want you to become wealthy and independent. The government doesn't want you to do that. The government wants you to be married, in debt, having kids, just playing the game. But most of you can't even afford to do that anymore. So that's why a lot of us have turned to cryptocurrency, partially because of returns, which I'll show you in a minute, but also partially because we figured it out. We figured it out. We figured out what the banks and the governments are doing to us, the citizens. Do you know that America really isn't a democracy? Did you know that? America is not a democracy. This is not a democracy. We're actually a constitutional republic. And if you look that up, you'll be like, well, the constitutional republic was created. Again, the first 13 states created the constitutional republic so that everybody was represented in government. Right? It wasn't just the big cities where all the population centers were. So that kind of makes sense, right? In particularly the way the country was when it started. The more southern colonies there were more agricultural, and they were growing more of the food that was then being traded to the northern colonies. And so they didn't have quite the population, but they wanted to be represented in the government. So that was good. I thought that was good. And I think that's still good, right? That there's representation even from the lower populated states. But the government is doing everything they can to change that so that you have less and less of a say in what actually happens in the government. And they want you to shut up about it. And they want to just talk with the banks, right? Because guess what's happening, right? Here's what's happening. Cryptocurrency, right? Now we've got crypto. Now we've got crypto, particularly Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the best performing asset of the decade. In fact, if we look at the last 14 years and we compare Bitcoin's returns to gold and the S&P 500, Bitcoin has clearly outperformed the returns of gold in the S&P 500. And the little known fact, of course, is Dogecoin has actually outperformed Bitcoin, but they won't talk about that, right? They're not going to talk about that Dogecoin has actually outperformed Bitcoin. They're just looking at the Bitcoin numbers. And now the banks are saying, wait a sec, I'm not going to fight crypto anymore. Instead, I'm going to get my grubby little fingers into it so I can make money off it. So I'm going to get my fingers in it. And the government is going to go, well, wait a sec, we still believe in the almighty dollar. So let's pretend we like crypto, but let's instead make a stable coin, and we'll do stable coins. Stable coins, and we'll just call it crypto. Stable coins aren't crypto. Stables are backed by the ever-inflating US dollar. US dollar stable coins. That's what the governments want, right? They want to back up their fiat and continue to print away and inflate away. The banks are going to custody your crypto, right? And they're going to offer you stable coins in exchange, right? So stable coins can then be used for transactions going forward because the dollar is going to go away. We're not going to have cash anymore, right? It's going away. It's all going to be stable coins, and the stable coin is going to be a government-backed digital dollar. So that is what's happening. That's what's happening. Why did the price of Bitcoin go down last week? There are reported, and it's all on the blockchain, that OG whales from 14 years ago are watching what's happening to Bitcoin, and they're saying, you know, this is not decentralized, permissionless, anonymous. All of that is going away. Now it's Michael Saylor, you do not sell your Bitcoin, right? This Bitcoin strategic reserve, right? That's what's happening. So the banks are getting their grubby little paws, right, into Bitcoin, into crypto, making their own stable coins, right? So the banks are making their own stable coins now. So what does that leave for us? Well, again, if you're just in it for investing and making money, cryptocurrency is still outperforming everything else. And Dogecoin continues to outperform Bitcoin on the big scale. Now, don't start talking to me about, well, since January, Bitcoin. You can pick any date to serve your narrative. Fine. Right. But over time, consistently, Dogecoin outperforms Bitcoin. Bitcoin outperforms the S&P 500 and outperforms gold. That's a fact. That has happened over the last 14 years. Consistently, that has happened. Well, 12 years for Dogecoin. Many of us are into cryptocurrency or got into cryptocurrency. We start to get away from the banks and get away from the governments because we want to be decentralized. We want to be permissionless. We want to be anonymous. But here in the United States, yeah, that's not going to happen. It's regulations, it's stable coins, it's all of that stuff. That's what's happening. And I get it. They don't want to lose control. They felt they were losing control because of that. What was happening was the big returns on Bitcoin and a whole bunch of new people getting wealthy, which they don't want. The governments don't want a bunch of wealthy people. They want you to be poor and in debt and relying on the government for support is what they want. So that's what's happening. So what can you do about it, right? So what can you do about it? Because that's where we're here now, right? The past is the past. It's happened, right? We have all these facts and figures, right? We have, right? The American dream is not what it was anymore. We're not having young couples getting married, having kids, buying houses. That is not what is happening. Less and less. And mostly it's because can't afford it anymore. Can't even afford to go to college anymore without taking on more debt. It's like debt upon debt upon debt. That's what the government wants. They want you to be heavily in debt. The banks want you to be heavily in debt. And I've been working 10 years now to get out of debt. So that is what's happening. So what about our friend Dogecoin? I love this AI stuff, right? It's just awesome. But what about our friend Dogecoin here, right? Well, Dogecoin's still here. Almost 12 years later, and Dogecoin is still here. It is still the 8th largest cryptocurrency, right? 8th largest cryptocurrency is Doge. So all the idiots that come on here and say Doge is dead, you're just an idiot, because it's been years. Doge is still here, and Doge still continues to outperform the market at times over time. Again, you can pick any dates to fit your narrative for your argument, but over time, Dogecoin has outperformed Bitcoin, and we've shown it in the graphs on previous live streams. I showed all that live before, that's what happens. In addition, because Bitcoin is now becoming the strategic reserve, right? Big companies buying it, governments buying it, the banks are even buying it. Nobody's using it as a currency. Nobody wants to spend their Bitcoin now. They want to hodl it. Hodl, hodl, hodl. We talk about hodling Dogecoin, but that's meaning don't sell it when you see a bunch of red candles. That's what we mean when we say hodl for Dogecoin. Don't sell on the big red candles, because a lot of people that hold Dogecoin, a lot of them are new to crypto trading, and they get freaked out when they start seeing red candles and the market's going down, and you panic sell, which we just had last week. We had people panic selling. Doge was at 28 and now it's touching 18 cents. It's like, but Dogecoin, because it creates a new block every minute, not 10 minutes, but 1 minute, has a lot more coins, does not have a hard cap, which means it'll be continuing to mint new coins every minute of every day, of every month, of every year into the future, makes it a perfect cryptocurrency. Yes, Bitcoin was a cryptocurrency. It's no longer a currency. Now it's digital gold, right? Digital gold. Do not sell your Bitcoin. We don't say that about Doge. We say HODL when we see the red candles. Don't get freaked out because of the moving of the markets. That's Dogecoin doing its Doge thing, like I said in the thumbnail, in the title today. Doge does its Doge thing. It goes up, it goes down, it's volatile, but it's still a top 10 cryptocurrency. It's not dead. It's not going to zero. And as we're seeing with House of Doge, BitOrigin, is Elon going to do something? I don't know. I'm not relying on that, but I did bring it up as a point of reference. That's what's happening. Dogecoin. That's what we're here for. We're a small minority. I get it. But this small minority continues to hold Dogecoin up in the top 10 cryptocurrencies, $29.8 billion market cap for Dogecoin. After all this time, Doge is still here. Doge is still here. And I believe we are going to be seeing, well, Maybe not that candles, maybe not quite like that, but Dogecoin can do that kind of thing. We saw a taste of it last November. It came back, but we've been looking at, right, higher lows on the pullbacks, right? And what we just had with this pullback, and while we were live, right, yesterday, we were watching where the price was down here in the low 19s, and what we were doing, we were buying on the dip. Just buying on the dip. I know it sounds kind of stupid, buying on the dip. That's it. Well, you get more Dogecoin. It's about coin count. You buy in the dip, you get more Doge. Is it going to go lower than this? Maybe. But at least if you bought some on this dip, you got some on this dip. It might end up turning around and just going higher tonight and tomorrow, and we're over 20 to 21 cents. And then they'll be going, oh, I should have bought on the dip. I'm just like, I don't know what to say, but you're not going to catch the absolute bottom. Nobody ever does. Well, I guess one person ends up getting the absolute bottom, luckily, but that's it. That's it. So what are we going to do today? Well, one thing we're going to do is we're going to give away more Dogecoin during this live stream, because we're doing only good every day for the first 10 days of August here on the KrissPax live streams. Yeah, we're going to give away more Dogecoin. We're going to do that a little bit later in the stream today. But now I'm going to check in on you guys, because I've been ranting and raving here for almost half an hour. But you got the point, right? You got the point. That's why we Doge. Exactly. The dollar is more inflationary than Dogecoin. And yeah, not only look at the market cap of USD, but look at just when they print the money. They just print it random. It just gets printed. And we just see cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. They're just making more money all the time. More money all the time. No video this morning, Stickman. I was saving it all for this live stream. And you're here. And you're here. Hi, Michael. Hi, Billy. Beaumont. Hi, Diane. Ryan's good with the relative bottom. Me too. Me too. Thank you, Kenichi. Hi, David. How are you? The drop was all a fallout from the end of last week with, again, the tariffs, right? And the fallout after that. So that was part of it. And then we had on Friday, right, the stock market was tanking because nuclear subs, right, over near Russia. It's like America's got nuclear subs. It's like, oh, here we go, World War III again. Right. So we had that. So that's what was happening. And that was the fallout there we had into Saturday as well. Still that uncertainty of things. More FUD being thrown out about China and crypto. And it's just like, wait, did China ban crypto again? Or has it always been banned? Or I didn't see any new news, particularly about China and crypto. But a lot of people were posting, China's banning crypto. And I'm just like, what? And then something else about, well, China's going to invade Taiwan now. And I'm just like, oh my God. People just saying shit. That's what happens. That's what happens. Rigged. It's always rigged. Exactly. Hey, RB, how are you? CJ, you were one of those? Yep. I talked about greed both on the way up and the way down. Sometimes a market order is your friend and you just buy it. Sometimes the market order is your friend. When you see the big red candles, you just do a market order and you buy. Again, not financial advice, but that's what I did. I just bought. Did I get the absolute bottom? No, I didn't. But I bought. But I bought right there. Just did a market order, bought it. Big red candle down, bought it. That's on the hourly. Yeah, it came down a little bit lower. I'm okay because now it's higher and I'm good. Coin count. Daniel, I don't know if Dogecoin's going to get to 17 cents or not. I don't know. I bought it 19 because of the uncertainty of that. It's going to be a choppy month, and probably into the first 2 weeks of September, it's still going to be choppy. Starcat, yes, PENGU. I bought more PENGU on the dip. So I have topped up. I bought PENGU right there. Also, big red candle. Bought PENGU. So I bought a little over 20,000 here, and then I bought almost 20 more thousand there. So I now have 40,000 PENGU. Got 40,000 PENGU. Again, on the PENGU, it's partially playing a little bit with, a little bit of my portfolio. Eventually, it's all going to find its way to Doge. If PENGU is going to go on another run before Doge does, I will sell the PENGU and I'll buy Doge. And so I'll have more Doge. So, but I wanted to buy PENGU. We've been talking about it for so long, and I've been watching the returns on PENGU, particularly when it was up over 4 cents. And I was just like, damn, I should have bought some of that. Well, after all these red candles and it dipped all the way down to 3.3, I was like, I should get some. So I bought some. And then here on Saturday, when it dipped even lower, I bought some more at 3.1. About 3.16, 3.17. So I bought more. Again, this is buying on the dips. And I did the same with Pump. Yes, I bought some more Pump token as well, because I bought here at the beginning at 5.1 or 5.2, like right there, and then watched it come up. It was like, woohoo, and then watch it go down, and uh-oh, down and down and down. And then it got into this sideways green box that it's been trading in for a week and a half. Pump has been just trading in this box. And I was like, I'm going to buy near the bottom of the box. And so that is where I bought some more right there. On Friday night, I bought some more Pump token. Again, it's just, if Pump goes on a pump, if it has a big pump in it, I'm going to sell it and buy more Dogecoin. That's my plan. Hey, Weather Girl. Hey, Chadwick. There's 150 billion Dogecoins, RB. And there's 10,000 more that are created every minute. And those Dogecoins are an award to the miner that validates the transactions on the blockchain for that minute. It's a proof of work cryptocurrency. So it has mining for its security and its distribution of new coins. The new coins don't just flood the market, infinite amount of Doge, and crash the price. No, that's not how Dogecoin works. William, yes. Dogecoin. C4, you used your powder. You used your powder. Bought on the dip. Nice. David, you were thinking 16. Thank you, Sky Limit. Appreciate it. Somebody knocking on my door in a black suit. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. There goes that guy in Boston again, talking about the government and the banks. We can't have that. We can't have that. 1984 all over again. No, I think I'm okay. I know, sunshine. The fall is right around the corner. Right around the corner. Hey, weather girl. Thank you for reminding people to hit the likes and subscribe. We need 100 likes before we do a giveaway. So we're not even to 69 yet. So is this the start of the bear market? Nope, Craig, I do not believe so. I think we still have great things coming for both Dogecoin and cryptocurrency overall this fall. So we're going to be starting to look out for the bear market more towards the coming signs when we get into November. We will see. David is still kind of bearish. It is August and it's going to be choppy, no doubt. No doubt. Why do you even want to do leverage trading, Matt? Why do you want to do it? Don't be greedy. Hey, Bitcoin Geek. Chadwick thinks that, well, 123 for Bitcoin. Think that was the market cycle top? Pi cycle indicator hasn't hit yet. A lot of Bitcoin people are calling for 135 to 160 to 180 to 200 to 250 to 300 to $500,000 Bitcoin still this cycle. No top signal has been confirmed, Chadwick. No top signal has been confirmed that I have seen. If you have one, post it on my YouTube community so we can all see what you think is the top signal. Flow still thinks likely bottom has been hit. And I showed you my logarithmic scale a couple of streams ago on where Dogecoin could go. Choppy in October. Ron, let's get through August first. Thank you, Jack. Dan's got 310,000 PENGU at a penny. Nice. That was some good buying down there. That is nice. The global M2 is bullish. Again, I don't follow that. Those people that do those overlays of the M2 money supply, I mean, market dynamics will overrun that M2 chart. And we're just going to chop. We'll see, Mr. Chadwick. We shall see. The Dogecoin has mirrored the chart more or less for the past 6 months or 5 months, but it hasn't in the past. If you go back. Now everyone's cutting it for this current run because it is kind of matching up nicely. But then if you scroll back further into the past, it doesn't match up. Thank you. Peaq Pro, man, I'm sorry about Peaq. I'm sorry I bought Peaq. I'm sorry I talked about it so much. Peaq ain't peaking. Peaq is just dead. 6 cents. Very weak on the Peaq. Very, very weak. So any thoughts of this recovering? I don't know. I mean, it was down here at 6 cents before, back on June 22nd. It did get up to about 9 cents and then right back down to 6. So not confident about that one at this point. Bitcoin dominance. I think Bitcoin dominance will bottom maybe at like 55 this cycle. That's why I've been calling it like a half altcoin season. Because we're not going to see the full Bitcoin dominance going all the way down to 40. I don't see that happening. Too many banks, institutions, big companies just buying Bitcoin. They're not selling. They're not rotating into other coins. No, not this cycle. It's a different beast. Hey, RR. I hope the upward trend means we're over the bottom for now. I hope so too. What is happening? Here we are. Happy Sunday. How does that 33 Doge feel for you, Mr. DB? Yes, 33 Dogecoin. On the giveaway yesterday, DB, for those that don't know, was one of the winners. We will have winners again today if we get 100 likes. 100 likes. We have a ways to go. Hi, Compo. How are you? Yes, higher lows. Harmony 1, I sold my 1 tokens. I'm totally out of it. Completely out of the Harmony 1 game. What's it going to do? Came back to a penny. Not good. Not too good. I sold it right here. Where was that? It was one of these spikes. Remember. It was one of these spikes in January. Oh, it's right there. 0204, right there. Is where I sold mine. Right there. 0205. I don't think this is going to have another run like this. We're not going to see 4-cent Harmony 1 again. This is just going to be one of those that's just going to, I mean, it'll probably have some recovery this fall like everything else, but it just seems over time it's just going to get weaker and weaker. Not much being done for Harmony 1. Coin count. Absolutely. Coin count. 69 cents. Oh, 18.5, David. That's a little more realistic as a pullback price. But we may not see it. That might have been the dip right there. August 2nd. 18.95. That's it. I'm starting to think proof of stake and slight supply reduction would be good for Doge. No. No, StarCat. Now it's no longer Dogecoin. It's just another stupid proof of stake token then, just like all the other memes. This is what sets Dogecoin apart. It's a proof of work crypto with its own blockchain. That's what makes it unique. If you do that, then it's just like any other meme token. The mining rewards do not kill the price. Again, I remind you, Dogecoin is still a top 10 cryptocurrency as it continues to give out mining rewards every minute of every day of every month of every year. It didn't just start happening. It's been happening for 10 years. It's what makes Doge unique. Even Elon said. It's what makes it unique. Thanks for the green candles today, but remember always to blame Kriss. I'm sorry, hashtag blame Kriss. I know, we visited 18.9. We did that yesterday. We don't have to do it again. Yeah, if you do any leverage trades, have oxygen tank near you. You're saying a top signal is when everyone shouts random targets? Chadwick, come on, man. You got a lot of learning to do still, buddy. Could be finished in 2 weeks. David is a bear as well. You and Chadwick need to just talk amongst yourselves. Maybe his chart is upside down. The Coinbase guy was on a Sean Ryan podcast. Is it better now to hold USDC on Coinbase instead of Robinhood during the bear market? In Robinhood, you would want to just have cash as your buying power, so you're earning interest. Or you can hold USDC on Coinbase. Either way. I'll have both. I'll have both. Along with, of course, Dogecoin. Still need to get PENGU. There was a big buying opportunity there. Stickman, uncertain about the heat maps. The heat maps just show where traders have their liquidation prices on the short side and the long side. That's all that is. That's just accumulation of all of the trades made in that price zone that are open trades, open leverage trades, and those are the liquidation prices. That's what it is. Some alt Golden Cross. I don't know. I hear people just throwing around the words Golden Cross all the time, and typically it's not a real Golden Cross. Dogecoin will rally the second week of August. It's going to be a choppy month. Up and down. Leverage trading, way too risky. Plus, considering the market manipulation happening, I wouldn't risk it with leverage. Just my opinion. I share your opinion. I have not, and I never will do leverage trading. Nope, I am not a bear anymore, Tricks. I'm a chop. I'm now a chop, which is in between a bear and a bull. I'm a chop. We're back into the chop season. Sold 80% of my ETH yesterday. Used it to buy Doge to double up my position. Feel Doge will 2x before ETH does. Probably. Yeah, for ETH to get to 8,000. I know Eric Trump just said, yeah, ETH is going to 8,000. He's just another guy. He's really just another guy, just throwing a number out there. It's a lot easier for Dogecoin to get to 40 cents than ETH to get to what, 7,500? 7,000 from here. The 33 Doge feels like 33 golden kisses from an angel. Wow. Very poetic. We're still short on the likes, so I guess we're not going to have a giveaway today. Not going to have a giveaway today. Many think Doge is far more likely to go 2x. Typically, when you want to do that move, though, you're not selling on the red candles. Yeah, CJ, this is weird. It's been a weird news cycle on the tariffs since January. The markets have just continued to get beaten down by the tariffs. And once you think it's all priced in, then a new thing comes on tariffs. It's keeping Terpao from lowering interest rates. Just, yeah, 7K ETH. Tough to get there. Can't even break 4K. I'm still holding bonk too, Charlie. I didn't sell, and I'm still up. I bought at 23. It got down right into the 24s, but I didn't sell. It's all about coin count, TV, right? Even if you get 33, you get 33. It's about coin count. What is banker? Something called banker, Wiley. I'm not interested in banker. Oh. Hey, Donnie, how are you? What do I think about the pump coins? It'll pump, right? Wasn't that why it was made? I don't know. The more I saw what they actually created here with this token and how many there are and what they're going to do with it, I'm less confident there's going to be a huge pump. I'll make some money on it, but it's not going to be a 10x or anything like that. People talking about making 10x on pump, yeah, it's not going to happen. Pump to a penny, maybe. A 3x, maybe. But even then, it's such a big market cap. They just made way too many of these things. ICO'd at way too high of a price. So, yeah, that's going to be tough. But it's holding. Kenichi's going to be lucky today. Well, we just got 100 likes, so it's going to happen. Ben Cowan said ETH will outperform Bitcoin. And then we'll have a bear market. Interesting. Yeah, he did. He was showing the ETH BTC trading pair, right? And he said that's going to probably dip a little and then go back up higher this fall. I think he did say that. Right. Proof of work rules. Exactly, Sunshine. No, I'm not feeling magnet time yet. Yes, I'm still holding my bag of Peaq. I said I would hold it long term. I'm holding it long term, especially now. Price down. So, I mean, it's a great project that they have. It's taking a while for it to move. You're not planning on leverage trading, Matt? Okay. I don't even want to learn anymore. I really don't. Yes. I've heard about mining farms. Riot in Texas. Riot has a huge, or Marathon, one of those. Just the constant noise. Yep. Unfortunate for people that live in that area. The town has to do something about it. They want the tax dollar. So especially a small rural town, a big company like that moving in, so they want the tax dollars. Ben said all Bitcoin pairs should bottom in October. Bitcoin pairs. Later this month, we're going to do a whole series on Dogecoin mining. So many Doge, but not yet quite enough. I don't think it's going to continue bleeding against Bitcoin, Chadwick. I think it's going to be choppy, but not bleeding back down. But I get it. You saw the band Korn over the weekend. I remember that band. They're heavy metal, right? That's why I never got into them. Wasn't a fan. Not into the heavy metal stuff. Well, now Ben doesn't know what he's talking about. If he's saying Dogecoin is going to be under 10 cents in late October. If he actually said that, Chadwick, then I've lost all respect for Ben Cowan. Because he knows better than that. that that's not happening. So I don't believe that. Yeah, we're getting close to 20,000 subs, Hamad. Less than 100 to go. Less than 100 to go. How is something called Banker an AI project token? Banker. Banker. The Banker coin. 0.0009. It just started trading on Coinbase on Wednesday. When did it start on MEXC? Oh, yeah, we did look at this. We looked at this. It started in March. It was trading way down here, and then something happened. Something happened back here in April, or something between April and July. Was it? I don't know what that was. Maybe it was a different token that was trading there under the name Banker, and then that one stopped trading in April, and then this new one started in July. I don't know. I can't keep up with all these tokens. There's too many tokens. Too many tokens. And what does a token do for an AI anyway? No. No, thank you. Exactly. I don't believe Ben actually said that. 10-cent Doge. You have to find a clip of that, Chadwick, and post it on my YouTube community, because I don't believe it. Ben Cowan would not say Doge is going to be below 10 cents in October. I know he would not say that. So, yeah, 40 cal. I will give out the deets on the giveaway in just a minute. I'm still catching up here. Jade, thank you for being a fan. Good to see you. Welcome. Yes, we're on the 20K watch, Ryan. It's all being built, Christian. It's all being built. Yeah, I agree. Baker coin would sell about as well as lawyer coin. Why do they call it Banker? God. Actually, Ben is not always right, and even he admits he's wrong sometimes. Yeah, well, Bitcoin's not going back to 80K until maybe 2026. But if you guys follow him, awesome. Say Ben Cowan's name in the mirror 3 times and you summon him. Yeah, he doesn't talk about Dogecoin. He talks about Bitcoin, he talks about Ethereum, and he talks about alts. Sometimes stablecoin. But that's it. It's Bitcoin, it's Ethereum, and it's alts. He lumps them all together. Yeah, who is the Ben Cowan guy? Into the crypto verse guy. Anyway, we're not here to talk about what Ben says. We're here to talk about what Kriss says. And you know what Kriss says? We're giving away some Dogecoin. Giving away Dogecoin, people. Giving away the Dogecoin. And we're going to get some green candles. We're looking for green candles as we do the giveaway, as we always do. So, in order to be entered in the giveaway, you just type Dogecoin in the chat. Dogecoin in the chat, and you'll be entered. Okay, 40 cal, that's all you need to do is type Dogecoin in the chat. No, Danny, Annie doesn't do it. And you don't get any extra points for that. Don't get any extra points for Annie. I still have not turned Annie back on yet. Haven't done it. Jimmy Johnson, you have to type Dogecoin with a capital D. Lowercase d won't work. You won't be entered. Try it again with an uppercase D. Dogecoin. Bonds. Who's talking about bonds? I know she's mad. I know she's mad. Okay, so here's how the giveaway works. We're giving away another 99 Dogecoin today. 3 draws, 33 Dogecoin each. 3 draws, 33 Dogecoin each. The giveaway tool randomly selects from the people who have typed Dogecoin in the chat. So you have to type Dogecoin in the chat in order to be entered. If you type Dogecoin many, many times in the chat, you still only have 1 entry. Giveaway tool is smarter than that. Still only get 1 entry. So, yeah, if you're successful in 1 draw, your name does get removed from future draws, Nathan. So, but just on the day, like DB could win again. DB won yesterday. DB could actually win again if he types Dogecoin in the chat. Now, if your name comes up as a winner, you need to be here in the chat and you need to acknowledge in the chat that you actually won with a yay or something like that. You can also decide if you want to be happy that you won, but you can pass it on if you don't actually want to receive the Doge and let somebody else get a chance. So you just then say, pass it on, and we'll redraw. And we will continue to do that until we get 3 acceptances from 3 draws. And then at the end, I will put on the screen my email address, because if you actually win, then you need to send me an email with your Dogecoin wallet address so I know where to send the Doge, because we do it all on the blockchain. So you need to have a Dogecoin wallet that begins with the letter D. So it's an on blockchain wallet. We keep everything up and up. Dogecoin. Northern Orbit, holding the first crown with Charlotte's absence. All right. We are ready for the giveaway. Are you guys ready? Are you excited? Giving away Dogecoin on a Sunday. DB is feeling greedy. Feeling greedy. All right, let's go. First draw. Here we go. Dogecoin. Dogecoin. James LeKay. Oh, I'm not ready with my chart here. This is giveaway number 56, of which times 3, that means that there's at least 160. James Lack. Way. Awesome. Got that. All right. Whew. Congratulations, James. Well, whoop whoop for James. Congrats. You're welcome. Yep, I caught up. I got it. We got our first winner. Now, you don't have to retype Dogecoin to be entered into the second and third draws. If you already typed it in, you're already in. So we now draw again for the second lot of 33 Dogecoin. Let's go. Oh, it wasn't me. It's Bitcoin Geek. Bitcoin Geek. Is Bitcoin Geek allowed to win Dogecoin? Really? Is Bitcoin Geek allowed to win Dogecoin? Yeah. Yeah, Bitcoin Geek says. All right, 2 for 2. Change the name to Dogecoin Geek and he can win, Ryan says. Oh. All right. Now we go for drawing number 3. Are we going to see 3 for 3? 3 for 3. Let's go. And the winner of the third lot of 33 Dogecoin is Rebel Clips. Rebel Clips Raw. Is that a drone? What are you making videos about there, Rebel? Looks interesting, whatever it is. Congrats, Rebel. You saw MJ's name on the draw? All right, 3 for 3. There it is, 3 for 3, people. Awesome. All right, now for the 3 of you, and only the 3 of you, if you didn't win, don't send me an email. Don't send me an email. No. Only for the winners. Yeah, Ryan, sorry. Again. So for the 3 of you, send me an email to krisscrypto@gmail.com. That's KrissKrypto@gmail.com. Include in the body of your email both your YouTube handle and your Dogecoin wallet address. So I know where to send the Dogecoin to. And I will be sending that out tonight. So, yep, send me an email. Congratulations to all. Dogecoin did not cooperate, and we're sitting with a red candle right now. Dogecoin did not cooperate. We were doing only good every day. We need this to go up. We're giving away Dogecoin here. Yeah, no passes, Northern. No passes. 3 for 3 on the winners, all accepted. I'll bet Ryan would have been the 4th. Ryan would have been the 4th. If one of them had passed, Ryan was going to win. But I'm not going to test it out. That'd be bad vibes if I actually spun the giveaway tool without actually giving anything away. Nope, not doing it, Ryan. Not doing it. No funsies. Nope. I can't upset the Dogecoin gods. So, yeah. Times are hard. Exactly. Inflation is killing us. We're in mountains of debt. We got to claw our ways out. We got to claw our way out of debt. The banks and the governments want you in debt. They don't want you to win. They don't want you to get wealthy. They want you in debt. Be a servant to the government and be relying on the banks. Cash poor. That's what the government wants. The winners be hodling. It's all about coin count, as I've been saying, right? And 33 more Doge is 33 more Doge. It's all about coin count right now. Dogecoin's not going to 10 cents. Nessie has a question for the 8-ball. Question for the 8-ball. Yeah, I think we're flattening out too. Orbit. 8-ball, 21 cent Doge. 21 cent Doge. I'll give it the next 24 hours, Nessie, okay? Give it a chance. In the next 24 hours, are we going to see Doge at 21 cents? The magic 8-ball is right here. We have a question. We have a question out for the magic 8-ball. 21 cents in the next 24 hours. What does the magic 8-ball say for Dogecoin? The magic 8-ball says, cannot predict now. Cannot predict now, says the magic 8-ball. Boy, that's pretty weak, isn't it? Does the 8-ball have a maybe? Did we ever see a maybe as an answer? I don't recall seeing a maybe. But this one, oh. Because it's going to 22. I know, right? Please, all hail the magic 8-ball. You can't predict because it's actually going to 22. Even the 8-ball is rigged. What is going on today? You bought an 8-ball yesterday? Yeah, you got to have a magic 8-ball. Sometimes you're just in situations where you need a magic 8-ball. Oh. Not financial advice. Oh. I'll be doing some other members-only streams, but no, I'm not going to do a segment of other streams. It just gets too complicated. Then you got to change the settings and no. Too much. Bonk is pumping. I like that. I have a lot of bonk. A bit, yep. Bonk looking good. Of course, it's still way down when you zoom out. It's like, yeah, bonk's got a long way to go. That's why we zoom out and we go, yep. It's recovering, but it's got a long ways to go. It stayed above my buy price down here at 23. It did stay above that. I need to change the color of that. So that's my buy price. There we go. Because I know Ramon was all worried about me and my bonk, but stayed above it. I didn't add any more because I was buying into PENGU and Pump and more Doge. So Eightball's with the Doge family. Can't predict. It can't predict. It's like, okay. Yeah, this is flattening out, isn't it, Orbit? Look at this. On the 4-hour chart, it's just totally flat. Look at that. 2 candles perfectly flat here on the 4-hour chart. You don't see that very often. 2 candles in a row completely flat. Now, the goal is if those pump more than Dogecoin, then I sell them and buy more Doge. It's all about increasing the Doge coin count. That's the plan. So I'm watching them, and I'm watching them percentage-wise compared to Doge. See if that works out for me. Because we've seen, Fartcoin go on a big run. We've seen others go on runs. And the thing is to try and time it so that you sell after a big run out of that other token and then buy more Doge. Keep climbing. Yep, got to keep climbing, all right. We'll zoom in. Ah, we got some green candles. Now we're talking. So what are the big movers today? Haven't looked at this. Well, there's Pump right there. Again, recovering. SPX, XLM, Hedera, Algorand, Jupiter, WIF, Injective, Pith, Flare, Virtuals. There's Bonk, Crow, Kronos, Render, Aerodrome. So yeah, things are moving. There's the Pudgy Penguin right there, up 4.5. Where's Doge on this list? There's Pepe. There's Dogecoin. Just kind of taking its time right now. Trump token. And there's Bitcoin. Jake bought at 19.9. PENGU 9%. Northern Orbit, is that a spell check there? Changed Fartcoin to fraction. Spell check. That's not what I typed. I typed Fartcoin. I typed Fartcoin, I swear. Still under $1. Still under $1. Yeah, we were talking about all this stuff up here that people are buying Fartcoin and they're down big time. Big time. Fartcoin's not doing much. Just not doing much. Crow has been sneaky. Yeah. I've been liking the price action of Crow. It's been good. It has been good. I have a lot of Crow on crypto.com. For those who who are interested in Crow and Crypto.com, I do have a link down in the description below. If you want to try out Crypto.com, you get some freebies if you use my link and you follow through and do the things they ask you to do. You will then get free Crow tokens as well, because Crow is going to skyrocket as well, I believe. So I have a bunch of it staked on there, just making more Crow tokens. Crypto.com. And that is also the only place in the United States where you can buy a bunch of these tokens before they get listed on Coinbase. They're usually on Crypto.com earlier. Again, Crypto.com as a platform works very similar to Robinhood in that they've got a big spread between bid and ask. And so as long as you understand that, you won't get upset. People still get upset. Oh, Kriss, how come I put in an order and it said 18, but I got it at 18.8? I'm just like, yeah, that's how Crypto.com works too, just like Robinhood. The joke was ruined. I know. Stupid spell check. Will Doge get up to number 4 in market cap this cycle? I don't know. That's going to be hard this cycle. I mean, Tether is just, they've been minting so many. I remember when Tether passed 100 billion not long ago. And then they've minted another 63 billion since then. And BNB over 100 billion. Maybe the best we can do is 6th. And even passing Solana is going to be tough. So, yeah, I don't know if we're going to make top 4, Sunshine. Now, if we go to $1 and we're 150, that would be 5th over BNB. Okay? It just as a target, right? 150 billion Dogecoin at $1 would be $150 billion market cap, which would put it in 5th place over BNB. But that's just if BNB stayed still while Doge was going up to $1. Well, a little bit higher. BNB would be able to go up some. But yeah, it's good to think about. Will the institutional investments impact the 4-year cycle? That is the big question that's out there. Many of the Bitcoin influencers, content creators, whatever, have already talked about this and have said yes, that the 4-year cycles as we know them are no more, because Bitcoin will maintain a high dominance and the big banks, companies, governments, institutions are not going to be selling their Bitcoin in a bear market. They're all going to be hodling. So, yeah. Exactly that. Doge OS, we're waiting for. See what they come up with. David thinks so as well. Will we get back up to 28 cents this month? I doubt it. I covered this in my August price prediction video for Dogecoin. And I was like, it's going to be choppy, but not that choppy. Not back up to 28 cents. I don't believe so. Oh, you were taking out stable coins? 6 would be all right. Yeah, 6 would be all right. Yep. So yeah, again, yesterday this was the dip. We hit 1895 on the dip. for Doge. Bitcoin hit 112 on the dip. But Sunday has been a nice recovery day. Green across the market. That's pretty good. We'll see what happens when the Asian market takes over tonight and we get stock futures opening up and all that stuff later on tonight. And tomorrow's Monday and it'll be a stock trading day. We'll see if there's still fear in the stock market or whether it's going to rally. So we'll be watching that tomorrow. And you know what? Tomorrow, Monday afternoon, we'll be having another live stream. And guess what? We're going to give away more Dogecoin. The giveaways continue on Monday. So I hope everyone has a great Sunday evening. I'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.